Hello and welcome to Cozy Couch Corner for tea and tarot. And my pink wig came today. I tried it on. It took me a while to get the hair of the wig to sit in the right place, and I think I had it on upside down to start with, which didn't help. But even when I got it on right way around, it were a bit wonky. I think I need to play with it. I've not worn wigs before, I don't think. And it's so different to what I'm got used to looking at that it just looked really, really weird. So I think I need to try it on a few times and just get used to looking at myself in it, really. It's a pink, bright pink bob with a fringe. I'm not sure it's a good length for me, really. I'll try it again and see. It takes a bit of faffing around with, and then it already was knotted, and then he had to try and brush it out so it didn't look messy. And yeah, I just need to get used to it. It's gonna feel weird because I'm used to like this, and it's bright pink, and there's a lot more hair than I've got. So I'll give it another go because I thought if I could get on with that, I could get different wigs. I've seen a green curly one I quite like, so yeah. I'll have to get on with that one first before I decide I'm going to buy any more. Excuse me. Whatever I had yesterday, where I was sneezing my head off and runny nose, seems to have shifted. I think I've sneezed once today, whereas yesterday it was like, I don't know, 100 times. It was ridiculous. So definitely feeling a lot better today. Yeah, the forecast said rain, so I didn't do my laundry, and then it was sunny most of the day. After lunch it rained, but I spent the morning going, I could have done my laundry today. But that's just how it is cold. I had to go out in the garden to do something with my gate and something round the other side. And it's cold. I thought it had gone down to 3 and it was 3 degrees centigrade. And tonight was 2 degrees or something. But the guy that came to fix a little thing with the fascia boards that they'd done, he said it gone down to 1 last night. So that's like only just above freezing. So yeah, I'm managing. Now I've got the central heating working to keep the house safely warm enough for the plumbing anyway, even if it's not warm enough out there for me most of the time. I'm keeping this room warm still. It's always colder out there. One day I might work out how to stop all the drafts in the extension. But they come from all sorts of weird and wonderful places. So I don't know. I've got curtains up on windows that don't have curtains. To try and insulate them. I've got them on tension poles, and then I didn't have anything for the back door, which is a big window basically. So I stacked cardboard boxes up against it. It was the easiest option because I can put them up and I can remove them. But I'm still thinking of this Japanese thing of sticking bubble wrap to windows, because at least you get the light in, because by the time you put the curtains up, I've blocked out half the light down there. And by the time I've stuck cardboard in front of the other one, I've mostly lost the light and it's all dark down there. So yeah, I'm toying with the bubble wrap idea. I might try it. They are double glazed windows, but there's probably other areas where it's losing the heat. But if I insulate the windows better, it's going to save something, because it's not going to be leaving through there. Right. Got funny, getting a tingle on the end of my nose. I haven't had that for ages. I don't know who's doing that one. Not that years ago. Right. Tickling nose. All right. Do the tarot then. Ew, there's an invisible hair tickling me. Oh, it's spirit. That's like, ah. Right. Okay. What do we need to know on Friday, the 21st of November, 2025, please? Oh, that was quick. We had this yesterday, didn't we? Oh, that's the last card. Oh, that's the top card. Right, Ten of Swords reversed. We had that yesterday, I'm pretty sure. Do you want this one? Do we want this one? We want this one. Right, do we want this one? No, okay. I'm laughing because I got this card yesterday. Not for the reading, but it came up. Right. Knight of Cups upright. So we've got the Ten of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Ten of Swords is reversed. We're not clutching at straws anymore. We're not in desperation energy. We're not grabbing the first thing that comes along, or I've just dropped it on the floor. Where are you? Turn sideways. Okay, so we're either doing this or we're working on it, or not being in desperation and not grasping at straws, not grabbing the first option that comes along, even if it's not quite suitable. We can get to a place of calm and make a decision from that energy, rather than the desperate. I used to be in the desperate energy every time something went wrong in the house. It's like the first person I can find to grab and sort it out, and it's not necessarily the best person for the job. But also in relationships, there's so many people now, and I was like that when I was younger, desperate to be in a relationship, and you'll take anybody. Don't take anybody, and don't ever settle. It's really not worth it. You think you're lonely on your own, you're more lonely in a crappy relationship. And if you're desperate, the abusive ones, the toxic ones, can smell it a mile off. And even if it's not relationships, like romantic relationships, same with friends. If you can end up with really toxic friends if you're just desperate for friends, especially if you move somewhere new and you don't know anybody. Yeah, but it's been a bit more. It's been able to take a step back and be a bit more discerning about the people we let into our lives, and realizing that whatever age we are, it's okay to be single, or it's okay to be somewhere and not have friends. It's, yeah, I've done it with jobs. Desperation ended up in an extremely toxic workplace, actually. And that was horrendous. So it can happen in sort of any sort of area of our life. But it's being able to take the step back and look at it and going, and getting rid of the program that says you're a failure if you don't have a relationship, friends, a certain job, or you are in a certain position or place in life, or you have a certain amount of money, or a certain car, or a house, or whatever. It's, we've been programmed to think if we haven't got certain things, then we're a failure in life, and we're really not. But we are programmed with it. I remember something the doctor said to me once. He was on about what your ideal weight is, and he says, "What weight were you when you got married?" And I mean, that's a bit old-fashioned now, isn't it? Assuming everybody's getting married. But anyway, I said I wasn't married then, and I was like, "Well, I don't know. I was never married." And he said, I think in the end he said, "Oh, it's usually about 19." Who makes these rules? Couldn't have told you what I weighed then either. But who makes those stupid rules? Right, what are you telling me about this card? I'm looking at the Knight of Cups now. Now I've gone off on one. I'll get up though. Right. He's got his hawk. Who's looking at things from a higher viewpoint and looking at the big picture. But again, the first thing I was drawn to, don't know why I talked about that. The first thing I was drawn to was the water again. And it's the same theme we had the last time we had this card. We might be standing still, or we feel like we're standing still, but the water's moving. So the situations around us are changing so that we can get to where we want to be. And it's not necessarily that we have to do a whole lot of stuff, because other things are happening and things are changing. Probably repeating myself, behind the scenes. There's stuff going on that we can't see. There's changes going on that we can't see necessarily. And again, it ties in with the other card about not being desperation energy. It's not forcing and not necessarily efforting. And that's not to say we don't have to do anything, but that's to say that, you know, there's no point doing our nut trying to force a situation. And it's the whole waiting thing, and I find that really difficult. But waiting, patience, things are getting into place, and we've just got to hang in there. We've got to hang in there on the horse till the whole scenery around us changes, or whatever's going on. Things are changing, and we don't need to force things. There we are then.